What can I give them that they're gonna inherit while I'm alive? I know people think, okay, I'm gonna die and they're gonna get my money and my property and my things. But I inherited a lot of things from my family that is not something I want to give my children. So one thing in particular, giving my children is two parents that are around and alive.
And I think that's not a way that most people think about legacy.
Now, I want to be transformational for my family. No, I want everybody 7 generations from now to say, Nana, she did something. The minute his family died before they turned 60, he needed to be around for grandkids. I can't do this by myself. And I carried a lot as a child that didn't belong to me. So how can I not pass this on to my children? I don't want them to inherit this. Just make a decision that you want to live differently.
You're watching We Ain't Dying for This, a Black woman's guide to liberation. And I'm your host, Crystle Johnson. We are a community of Black women demanding our collective liberation through radically soft living. Each Thursday, we feature the stories of Black women who have set themselves free from the expectations of others and are choosing to live on their own terms.
Welcome to the show, Nay. I'm really excited to have the opportunity to talk to you about legacy and you moving your whole entire family here.
Yep.
Which I think is different than some of the other people that I've talked to on the podcast so far.
Okay, cool.
And you have actually experienced a Kinnery experience. So this question is going to feel very familiar to you to get us kicked off, which is tell me who you are without telling me what you do.
I'm ready this time. I was like, editing, I was like, okay. So, who am I? I am a conscious overcomer. I think that I'm a builder, architect of design of life kind of person. I think that's what I am. That's who I am.
Yeah, that is who you are. I can definitely see that in all the different things that you do. And while I haven't known you very long, just seeing the different things that you tap into, the different things that you lead and host, I can see that.
Okay.
That feels true for me.
I'm glad.
So initially, when I kicked off, I said that you moved your whole entire family here. You moved a family of 5.
7.
7. Oh, shoot. Okay. 5 kids.
Yes.
2 adults.
Correct.
You and your husband. A family of 7.
And the dog.
And a dog. Wow. All the way here from a small town in North Carolina.
Yes.
What were you trying to achieve with that move?
I was trying to give my family something that I felt like they deserved. Growing up in a small town in rural North Carolina, it's not much to leave. It's a lot to leave desired, actually, like a lot. So I wanted to be able to give my children, all of us really, the chance to be present with one another. And I just realized after I started having children how much America was costing us as a family unit. So I needed several things that America just couldn't give me. So I said, well, if we're going to take one shot to do something transformational for our children first, but our descendants that are going to come after us, like this is the type of thing I have to do.
Yeah, and you're talking about legacy.
Yeah.
And we all have our definitions of legacy, but I don't want you to tell me what the word means. What I want you to tell me is, what does that look like? So if someone closed their eyes to visualize what legacy means, what does that look like for you and your family here in Mérida?
Legacy, picturing legacy for what I wanted for the people that I'm responsible for is what can I give them what can I give them that they're going to inherit while I'm alive? It's not, legacy is not something, I know people think, okay, I'm gonna die and they're gonna get my money and my property and my things. But I inherited a lot of things from my family that is not something I want to give my children. So in order to change that, I know we needed good health care. That's something I can't get where I'm from. And me and my husband lived in our hometown our entire life. This was our first time moving anywhere.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like go big or go home. And one thing in particular, giving my children, is 2 parents that are around and alive to be able to continue to contribute to the lives we created. And that's not something me or my husband have. So,
Yeah. I'm happy that you talked about like legacy not as something tangible, like something you can hold, like money or like property, but really talking about it as like something that you're going to have for the rest of your life.
yes.
So it's like if I have good health care and I'm taken care of, then I can live a longer life. If I have the ability to spend time with my parents every day and for them to be present, then this is what I'm going to get out of that, like as a child and growing up. If I don't have to spend all my time working, then this is something that I can give to not only my partner, but also to my kids. And I think that's not a way that most people think about legacy.
No. I want it to be transformational for my family. Like anything that we've ever experienced as children, for me and my husband, I wanted it to be extremely different. Like not just the simple things like eating family dinner on Sunday. Like, I want it to be, people say like it's not to be remembered, but no, I want everybody 7 generations from now to say, Nana, Big Nay, she did something. And we've heard about it time and time again during, slavery and prohibition and all of that, how we had to leave from where we were from to not get killed, that was something that we've always done. And it's just not, I don't think, thought about serious enough to how can we change that for the people that are going to come behind us. People say, oh, it's always been this way, or we've always been here, so why change anything? Yeah. But why not? But why not?
Yeah. Being from a small town, I get it. I'm also from, I don't know how many people live there, girl. But I'm from a little small town, one flashing stoplight.
Right.
Most people that are there have been there their entire lives. There are people who move there, but I don't know why.
And they don't stay.
Yeah,
usually.
They don't stay. But they move there, and I'm like, why did you move here? But it's like a power plant that's there. So maybe their parents were like working for the power plant. Right. I don't know. But my whole high school years, I feel like in middle school I wasn't really thinking about like what it is that I wanted to do next. But like in my class, the saying was, we need to get out of Surrey, getting out of Surrey. Yes. Like that was the thing that people always talked about. So I definitely understand like wanting to like move on and do something completely different.
And that hasn't always been my story though. Like I was the person that loved where I was from, and I was gonna try to change it and do this, thing, whatever it was, introducing something new to the city that, we're not used to. I did all of that. It's like I had the dream. I had the white picket fence and the house and the 2 cars and the dog and the kids. And it's just like, okay, now what?
Yeah.
I'm only 37.
Yeah.
So it's like it got to be more to the story or more to this life than just what we do all the time. So it's very important to me.
100%. And that's actually something consistent that I've heard. It's like you get to this point and you're like, wait a minute, I have achieved all the things that they told me I should want and that I should achieve. And now I'm looking at it and I'm like, sure, this is nice, but I don't feel anything inside. And that has been a consistent thread in almost all the conversations that I've had, except it happened for you early. A lot of people, it happens like 39, 40. So you were early to the party.
Thank you.
Yeah. But how did you get everybody on the same page as you?
You talking about like the kids and the husband?
Yeah.
Oh, they do what I say now. It really wasn't much to get on. Like I have pretty strong arguments when I'm trying to get something accomplished, for my husband specifically. So I'm like a pattern person. I love discovering patterns. I'm going to go dig in the deepest hole and try to figure stuff out. Truly like self-aware and introspective of everything I do. So my thing with him was, I'm like, you work so much. I was a kept woman in the States. So I was a stay-at-home mom for 8 years.
We love that for you.
Yes. And so I'm like, you never even have time to go to your doctor's appointments. Like my husband, when we met, was a very heavy set dude, like probably like 350 pounds. And after, being together so long and realizing the pattern that the men in his family die before they turn 60.
Okay.
His grandmother had 13 children and all the men were gone before they turned 60 years old. So I'm thinking, as I'm having children with this man, I'm like, I got 5 kids. He need to be around for grandkids and whoever comes after that. Like, he needs to be here. I can't do this by myself. And not because I'm not strong enough, but even after being here for 2 weeks, I found out I had two chronic illnesses that I've been living with that I didn't even know I had.
Yeah.
So to preserve my life, I have to preserve his. So that was a big part of it. It was like, hey, you won't have to kill yourself working to provide for us if we just go over here.
Yeah.
Life could be so much different for you, and being present. I know what it costs a little girl not to have her father around, and showing her things and doing things, and my son included. Like for dad not to be around and you just going through life trying to figure it out. It's not a fun thing to do, and I didn't want that for my kids. I wanted their dad to be around and present all the time.
Yeah, that is a great argument. Very strong.
And for the kids, I mean, I've always raised them to be pretty like adaptable and adjustable. We homeschooled a lot for the most part of their lives, so they just go with the flow. They're really cool kids. I'm like, y'all want to go live somewhere else? They're like, yeah, let's do it. Like, we did have a trial run though. We did test it out. We came twice in the same year, and the second time we stayed for 3 months, had a baby here, and so they got to see what it was like, and we ended up staying back in America for another 2 years, and they were like, when are we going back to Mexico? So it wasn't a lot of convincing. Life was just too good to be true here, so and it still is.
I love that, because I've heard a lot of parents whose kids are like, no, I don't want to go live somewhere else. My friends, my high school, my this, my that. And I'm a forever auntie, so I don't know. But this is just what I be hearing parents say. So that's awesome.
Well, their exposure here, too, was early. Like, all my children are under 10 and under. Okay. So they first started coming here almost 4 years ago.
Okay.
So...
amazing.
Yeah.
And their upbringing is much different than yours. Yes. Not only from if you were in America, it's different, because I understand that you want them to have a different life than you. But it's much different because now you in a whole nother country. They're learning a new language. They're probably fluent at this point.
They're getting there.
Okay.
They're getting there. They're not like shy for conversation anymore. So they're getting there. But that's not the biggest thing that like surprised me about them. Like I knew they smart. They my kids. Like, But it's just who they are, that they can be themselves. Like they're not managing everyone else's expectations or limitations of anything. And just their interest, like, because I just remember being so different at that age, like, what is expected of me. And I'm like, the world is an oyster. Like, I want you to understand the possibility of life, because I didn't as a child. So that's the biggest part. Yeah,
I resonate with that. I feel like that stayed with me for a long time, even into my 30s. Where I just felt like, well, I'm supposed to be doing this, and the expectation of the world is this, the expectation of my parents is that, and this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, there was no room for me to dream bigger. I remember, this is funny, you're going to actually appreciate this very much. So I look at my co-star every day, right? When I was a kid, I wanted to be a storyteller. Okay. I wanted to read stories to kids, in different voices. Okay. And today my co-star talked to me about revisiting my love of being a storyteller from when I was a kid. I was like, wait a minute, huh?
How did you know
what?
That?
How did you
Co-star is gonna snatch some edges every
single freaking time.
I took it off my phone. Because I was like,
because you were like, what? Are you AI? I don't understand.
Exactly.
How do you know me? That's very weird. But I mean, it made me sit back and think, hey, that's something that I really wanted to explore. But then you hear all the stories of you need to make a certain amount of money, you have to live, you have to do that. So I've gone through dreams of wanting to be a Supreme Court justice and like wanting to be a lawyer and all these other things. Didn't do either of those things, obviously. And I'm glad. Because at 39, I was able to say, you know what, I don't want to live my life for anybody else anymore. I've achieved all these things. There has to be more. Let me just go figure it out. Be curious about it and just make it happen.
I let folks down real early. That's might be why I'm early to the party. Like 19, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to work in corporate America. I was like, this is not my vibe. So.
Girl, it was abusive. So
Right.
You didn't miss anything. You didn't miss anything at all. But to go back to family, you convinced the husband, very strong argument. Kids were like, yay, we like it here. We've been exposed to it. But then you also had a baby in a brand new country. Tell us what that was like.
Oh, man. It was the most healing, amazing experience I think I could ever describe to somebody. I had our youngest here after some very traumatic experiences with the maternal health system in America. Black women are systemically harmed through childbirth. I used to be a doula, a birth doula, so that was a chapter of my life of fighting and advocating for Black women. I lost my son in 2021, and I miscarried my youngest daughter's twin the following year. So I had let America play with me enough.
Yeah.
I really wanted to have the birth experience of my dreams, and Mexico had played the most amazing role in that. So I was able to come here and solidify like residency through having a Mexican child, because my daughter's a Mexican. That's going to be amazing to explain in the years to come. But
right,
I'm like, how did we become Mexican? But yeah, just not wanting to play with any of our health, like mine especially. I feel like I felt the safest in Mexico when I knew I was going to be okay, and that the birthing experience, hands down, my first appointment, I was out here on vacation. And I wanted a second opinion. So going to the doctor immediately was like, after I left, after an hour and a half an appointment, like I was like, oh yeah, this is
that would
where
have been 15 minutes in America.
15 minutes and a number. Like, yeah, the doctor, and I don't even like male obstetricians, but he was just amazing. You could tell that he really appreciated women as a whole, but had been trained by women, just an amazing doctor. So I told my husband, I said, hey, we need to come back here and have the baby. And he's like, okay, if you want to figure it out, like let's do it. So it was amazing.
I'm very sorry for your losses and glad that you found this place.
Yes.
That was able to take care of you in a way that you hadn't been taken care of.
And I've
before.
had a lot of different experiences. I've done home births, I've done hospital births, I've done C-sections, I've done pretty much everything, multiple babies at once. So it was just the most transformative, most healing experience for not only me, but the family to the unit.
Yeah, I definitely think that most people would be surprised by that because of the propaganda and what it is that we hear. But what else do you think would surprise people at home about your healthcare experience here?
That it's not as third world as you think, of course. State-of-the-art equipment, just the care and intentionality that they have in just for people, for human beings, for children. Like I said, I discovered after only being here 2 weeks that I had 2 chronic illnesses that nobody ever cared enough to dig a little deeper past my blood work because I appeared to be healthy. And now just knowing what has caused the illness, I have fibromyalgia and a condition called cervical stenosis, and it's directly from having extreme anxiety and stress compiled over years of trauma, just being a Black woman, pretty much. Like, there's no way that you can escape that without escaping the environment that you're in. So
and I'm so glad that you escaped the environment because oh my God, that's a lot. And there are so many reasons why I've chosen to be like a forever TT, but childbirth is definitely one of them because of everything that we know to be true for Black women who are giving birth in America.
Absolutely.
So you could have come here, had the baby, got the family, just minded your own business and not done anything else. But I see a pattern for you of you were home, you wanted to make the town that you were from better. And then you came here and you're also doing things to support the community, specifically Black women. Why do you think that's something that you feel called to do?
Mainly because I know what it's like not to have what you need. And to be in another country without what you need. It's one thing to be in proximity and the familiarity of home and family, but to be somewhere totally different and not have what you need is a different animal. And I want to see more Black women here. And if it's not Mexico, wherever it is that you'll be healthy and safe and happy. So if I can do something in the grand scheme of things in the bigger picture to ease that transition, that's what I want to be a part of.
Yeah. What if there's a Black woman listening to this episode right now? She's like, I can't move right now, but I want to do something. Like, I know that it's costing me a lot to be here and to be living in the way that I'm living right now, whether that's like extreme stress, anxiety, whether that's she not breathing, whatever it is. What would you tell her? Where would you tell her to start?
I would say legacy is a decision. So whether that's, going to therapy, whether that's beginning to ask like the hard questions in your life, like, how is this affecting me? Not just, why am I this way, but what is something that I can do or discover about myself to reorganize my life in a way that I can start living the way I want to live, or just one decision, whether it's eating a certain way, whether it's exercising. Like I said, therapy does wonders, and breaking down that generational cycle or trauma. Like, that's what I enjoy doing, is just going and figuring out, why are we like this? What, I see a problem or I see an issue with something. How can we reverse this? So I carried a lot as a child that didn't belong to me. So how can I not pass this on to my children? I don't want them to inherit this. So, yeah, that's what I would say. Just make a decision that you want to live differently.
100%. And then don't feel like you need to do all the things at one time.
No.
Because that will absolutely overwhelm you just thinking about it. Because you're like, oh, I need to do, in order for me to get there, it's like 30 steps. I can't. Yeah.
One day, one step, one moment at a time.
100%. So if someone's looking for you online, where can they find you?
Enlightened Matriarch on all platforms is where they can find me. I'm a big part of Black Women's Sanctuary and the things happening here at It Shall Belong, so you can also find me here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to partnering with you and with Rachel and with the whole team for the upcoming retreat in November,
so
where
excited.
we are. Yes, we welcoming 8 Black women to come here to rest and to commune, of course, but also to experience and be inspired by the Black women who have already begun or have already started building their lives here, and to have the opportunity to connect in a space where they can ask whatever questions they want to ask and just relax
and be taken care of.
Yeah, y'all gonna hold them.
Yeah, we gonna hold you and rock you and everything else you need.
Yeah, I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this episode and sharing more about what legacy looks like for you, your experience in Mérida with the healthcare system, and especially like bringing a family of 7 all the way here from a small town in North Carolina.
Don't drive. That's my only thing. Do not drive.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you for sitting with us. If anything from this episode landed with you or resonated with you, hold on to that feeling. Before you go, I need you to like and subscribe so the Black women who need to hear these stories actually hear them. Because when Black women belong, everybody benefits. I'm Crystle Johnson, and this is season 3 of We Ain't Dying for This.